My name is Rohan Roady Knowles. I drive the Amalgamated Roofing Electrical Solutions BOP S13 from Rotorua. Been in drifting on and off for quite some time, but I love the sport and the camaraderie and everything that it brings, and yeah, I'm looking forward to what the season's got in store for us. What made me get into drifting? I've been asked this question many times. I had tried various different motorsport disciplines over the years, and from karting, a little bit of rallying, a lot of circuit racing, hill climbing and stuff, and I got the opportunity to jump in and do some drifting in the early 2000s, and it was something that just never left. I tried a few things in between, and yeah, came back to drifting in 2020 as part of the MTF Cambridge drift team, and haven't looked back. The feeling I get from drifting, like, it's such a rush. There's no other comparison being on the edge of control, but being fully in control. Going fast, being a foot away from the door of the person beside you, or sometimes in it. It's a feeling like no other. What I'm looking forward to this season on the track is, I think that, well, certainly I've noticed that the level of drifting in New Zealand has just climbed and climbed year on year. Like last year's champion, I do believe, brought benefit to the series and made everyone lift their game. From first place to last place, I believe everyone stepped up, and I think there's a few names coming back this season, and yeah, it's going to step up again. It's going to be awesome. My off-the-track goals this year, we have a very strong team dynamic. Justin Patterson is one of my sponsors at MTF Finance Cambridge. We work, live, race closely together, but we also have a couple other of my best mates, Jason, Pulsar Turbo Systems New Zealand, my dad. We're all together, we get to travel together, ride or die. Yes, there is a particular round. I said last year, when we all thought Pukekohe was never again, that it's something I did in 2006 and haven't been back since. I've watched the track, evolve over the last, all but 20 years with V8 supercars, and I'm dead keen to get back there and crack it in there again. Pukekohe back then was a 215 size tyre. It was crazy fast, but probably 40 or 50 kilometres an hour slower than what it was the last time D1NZ was there. So it's going to be insane, something else that the world of drifting will never get to potentially experience again, but we will. If you are not there this year, you are going to miss out on a D1NZ spectacle. Changes for this season, we have made some relatively small changes. We have freshened up the engine and made some changes in the off season. We're just in the process of going through dry sumping our RB, just so that we can go to the big high G, long full throttle application tracks, and just have everything buttoned up so that we can just go there, not have any worries about anything mechanical, and really just throw it down as hard as we can. With the technical side of drifting, I find that you've got three judges, they've got three independent opinions. My goal is to always go there and knock it out of the park and take it out of their hands, because the technical side of it is huge. From a fan's perspective, what you guys see on TV is often not quite a reflection of what actually goes on the track. Judges have various different angles that they can look at. They are vastly experienced in their own right normally, and they make good decisions based on what's in front of them. Angle, speed, line, proximity. Everyone has an individual style. Everyone's cars are different. I look at the technical side of the sport, and I believe that we're at the cutting edge with where the cars are at the moment, and with the technology around it, with drones and cameras and all that kind of thing. It's a pretty fair reflection of what's going on the track. Yeah, my list of people to thank is long enough to be continued. Obviously, I have a naming rights sponsor for this season in Amalgamated Roofing, and also Electrical Solutions BOP back as my co-naming rights for another season. But there is a lot of people to thank. You know, I do have a wife and kids, and you know, they wholeheartedly support what we're doing. You know, it's a big campaign. It's a reasonably long 6 months by the time we get to the end, and then a long 6 months getting ready for the next 6 months. You know, I do have a lot of brand partners, Pulsar Turbo Systems New Zealand. You know, Jason Catelli also has Automotive in Rotorua. He has a massive contribution in getting us to the track. Yeah, honestly, the list is long and wide, and we could be here for some time telling them all. So when it comes to sponsorship, my advice is to make it mutually beneficial. You know, I don't often say sponsor, I say brand partner, because I believe it has to be a two-way street. You know, there's just having a handout and a thumbs up to say, Choice, thank you, in this day and age isn't enough. I believe that you have to want to deliver and have a brand partner and have a two-way street and make it work for both parties. My fact for the fans, the hours that go into these cars, when you guys are sitting in the grandstand and we're on the start line, there's weeks and months worth of work that's squeezed into, you know, days and nights. We do a massive amount of work. It all goes unseen and often unthanked to a large degree. So when we're out door to door, wall to wall, and putting on a show for you guys, make sure you're cheering loud and at as many D run rounds you can get to. I think goals for this year for me personally, I really want to make sure that I finish in front of Justin, seeing as he's doing the whole season. We have a good rivalry, but as teammates and as mates, we want to support each other wholeheartedly. Obviously the rest of the D1 field, I feel like we've got what it takes to be as good as any of them out there, and yeah, I can't wait to see what this year brings. So this season my goals for D1 are to have fun, like in the words of Mad Mike, I always say, you know, like drifting's about having fun and putting on a show for the fans. I think we've got some spectacular rounds coming up this year, and I'm actually looking forward to them all. International goals, I mean, I would really like to see a round of Drift Masters as a driver. There's a lot involved to get there, but that's really the bucket list one for me. I was really fortunate to have some driving with Chelsea Denofa and Dwayne McKeever at LZ World Tour here in New Zealand, and I'd love to go over to their tracks and drive with them there. You know, those guys are right at the pinnacle of the sport, and yeah, that'd be choice. I have done a lot of other motorsport disciplines, as I said, but really there is no other one like drifting. This is something else. It's something that you can't replicate in any other form of motorsport. You know, this is the motocross, supercross world on four wheels, and yeah, there's no other motorsport for me. If I could leave the fans with one message this season, it would be to actually get in front of the drivers. We're not unapproachable. Come and get a poster, get your kids an arcade drift tattoo, and come and say hi and make it known. Get to the events, you know, be part of the success of D1NZ for this season. Hi everyone, my name's Rohan Roady Knowles. I drive the Amalgamated Roofing Electrical Solutions BOP S13. I'm from Rotorua, RB power all day. Make sure you get to around a D1NZ.
D1NZ is coming home to Pukekohe, bringing the world's best to take on the fastest entry in the game. This is more than an event. It's a celebration of the past, a showcase of the present, and a glimpse into the future of drifting. One last chapter written at full throttle. Pukekohe, the final drift. Be there, witness history.